Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello, hello. 7:17 p.m. in Ireland. Good to have you here, guys. Thank you very much. Bright day here. Not sunny, but bright day.
19 p.m.
Huh?
You said 17 p.m.?
7:17 p.m.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so happy to be here today. Vanderlei is with us today as well. We needed to, perhaps Vanderlei and I needed to talk more about today's topic. We need to learn a little bit more. That's why the good spirits said to Nate and Samanta, hey, rest today. You know this already. Leave this to these two guys here because they need to learn more, so they need to discuss more. Perhaps that's the message. I don't know. You know?
And you guys will see why we are saying this.
Yeah, we will. So, let me see who are here with us today. Okay, thank you. Our friends from Ireland, SSI, thank you very much. Brazil, and our friends from America. Very good, brilliant, awesome. Let's ride, because today it's perhaps a conversation for weeks, you know? But we'll try to make these weeks in 1 hour. So, just before we start our prayer, just say today we will be talking about questions 918 and question 919 of the Spirit's book, which is the characteristics of a moral person and self-knowledge. Okay? So these two topics, it's kind of connected between each other. And there is a ton of discussions here we need to go through it today. So, Vanderlei, would you mind to do the initial prayer?
No. Okay, guys. Let's close our eyes. Take a deep breath. I would like to thank God for the lives we have, for this moment here with the good spirits, with the mentors of the Spirit Society of Ireland and the Irish Spiritist Federation. Would like to thank for the opportunity that we are having here to be talking about the Spirit's book, the works of Allan Kardec, and the central work, the work of our Master Jesus. May the good Spirit be with us, enlightening our minds and our hearts, and also supporting each one of us here, making our hearts, which may be a bit painful, a bit less painful. And let's not forget that for every trouble that we have in this life, we have the support and guidance of the good spirits and our Master. So we are not lost. Thanks for the blessings. So be it.
Amen. Okay. So, before the question 918, let me read the question 918. By what signs can we recognize in individuals the real progress that will raise the spirit within the spirit hierarchy. So let's work this very carefully, because when we're talking about moral person, we also need to talk about education. Okay, this is the beginning. When we are like between 2 years old to 7, 6, is the time we define we start to gain some knowledge, we start to discover the world, and this will help us to build our character, and everything we learn during these 6, 7, 5 years will not drive us, but will be responsible for a lot of our knowledge. So, and in this time, we used to copy our parents. We used to copy them because the example it's easy, like and we don't know any other person, we don't know anyone surrounding us. So for us at that age, parents are our center of the universe, let's say this. They are example, they are everything. Okay? And what happened? When we are in the teenager time, which is like 12, 17, 16, something like this, we discover that character we built from our parents, that is not the same. They do have mistakes, they do have misconducts, they do have problems, they are not perfect, they do have moments of selfishness, moments of pride, they do have moments of glory as well. But we do realize that Prince Charming is not perfect. And when we go to our after 18 years old, when we start to get like more mature, okay, we realize that we do have the same mistakes. We do have our moments of selfishness, of pride, of stubborn. We do have these moments. And then we realize that values we have from our 4, 7, 6-year-old is still valid. And we change our mindset, and then we start to build our family. We start to see our parents with a different eyes, and we need to understand their behavior. Sometimes you don't agree with something, but when you have a child and you start to behave, many times this happens to me. Don't happen to Vanderlei because he doesn't have any son unless someone says something, But so far he is not parent. Okay, so we can say my mom is right. My mom was right. My dad was right. And this is part of our moral perfection. This is how we build our moral perfection, because we realize we are here to learn. We are here to test ourselves. We are here to make mistakes. Yes, making mistakes is part of the process. Okay, so I have more to say, but Wanderlei, what you?
No, thanks for. I think it's nice what you said, but I'm gonna try to stick with the text because the answer is huge. I think they are the two biggest replies that we have in the book. But I think what the text will say here to us will connect from what Stevan was saying. So the reply of the Spirit was, the Spirit demonstrates his elevation when every action of his earthly life represents the practice of the love of God, and when he understands in advance the spirit life. So here, this reply from the spirits, I believe, was quite short. Like when he says, practicing the law of God. But what is the law of God? And here below we have a huge comment, and this comment is from Kardec, by the way. It's not from the spirits. Okay, when Kardec, of course, inspired by the spirits, that's for sure, he says, the truly good man is the one who practices the law of justice, love, and charity in its most purity. If he asks his conscience about the actions that he performed, he will wonder if he has not violated the law, or if he has not done any wrong, or if he has done all the good in his power, if no one has a reason to complain about him. And finally, he has done everything to the others that he would have done to himself. So here, right in the beginning, I believe the spirits, they were a bit annoyed because they are quite sharp in their reply. They are not easygoing, we can put it this way. They are really teaching us, but they really are saying to us, like, if you do something right now, and is that what we are doing now? How can we know if that's good or not? He's basically saying to us, if that was done to you, what would you think? Was it good or not? Okay, so are you like he's asking us also, uh, have you done all the good that you could have done in your powers in that action? Sometimes we go to help someone and we say, okay, I'm going to help that guy. It's like when a car breaks on the street and someone asks for help. We push the car, but we don't really put, we pull the car, but we don't put too much strength, said, okay, I'm not going to hurt myself. And then the car takes longer
Yeah.
to start, but what I'm trying to say is, are you really doing your best in the action that you are a part of, because a lot of times if we don't ask these questions, we may think that, okay, I'm doing my best, but sometimes we are really not doing our best in order to help the others. Or as we said here, the main question I believe from this entire text is, if someone does that thing which I just did right now to me, would I be happy?
Hmm.
Some people, they might say, "Oh, of course I would be happy." You see, that is a case. That's the argument which I always use with people who say to me, "Oh, I believe that death penalty is correct. Those who do this or that, they should die. The state should kill that person. Maybe put in an electric chair, or maybe hanging that person, or maybe, I don't know, shooting that person, whatever way." Then I ask, how about if it was your son? And the person, oops. Some people, they say, of course, justice is just. But would that person really say that justice is just if their son was there? Maybe I'm wrong, okay? I cannot talk about everyone around the globe. But I think most of the people would say, okay, let's try to find another way. It's like we see recently, in the Brazilian newspapers. I don't like to be talking about politics, but this is quite good. A judge, a son, like I think hurted someone driving, and he was
Mhm.
drunk, and the judge himself tried to take his son from the prison. Just say no, that what he did is not really bad, but the
No, no.
same thing that you know that, yeah, you have seen this case, Steven.
Yeah.
But the same thing which his son did in the Brazilian justice, in the Brazilian, forgot the name now. court would send anyone to jail, you know. So the guy was just doing this. He was trying to make the law working for himself, making the law of just working for himself. And that's just the beginning of the text, you know. But because after that, I think most of us, we're gonna see that the spirits, they weren't playing that day. I think they were quite inspired once they gave this reply, to be honest. I'd like to add anything, Stevan?
No, I just want to say, spiritual perfection is the set of all moral qualities that a soul can have. Okay? So, a perfect spirit, it's composed by all the moral qualities we can have. And why we gain these qualities? We gain these qualities here on earth by doing mistakes, redoing, fixing mistakes, redoing again, until a moment we learn the lesson. Until the moment until a moment we say, okay, it's enough. Okay? Because that's a good example Vanderlei gave to us. God's law is unchangeable, but human laws is changeable. God's laws is equal to everyone, everywhere, anytime. It's unchangeable, immutable, whatever word you want to use, but nobody can change. So, and one of these laws is progress. So we will progress. We can be stuck in a certain point. We can still doing wrong things. What we need to understand that when someone is harming us, it's just the opposite of doing good for us. It's just the opposite. And this process could be by this person doesn't know the truth. This person, it's kind of lack of knowledge. This person is not there yet. Even though he wants
or maybe he's having a difficult moment, Stevan. You know, maybe the person had a difficult moment, a difficult time. Yeah.
How many times it's like you try to explain to a child of 4 years old how to build up a house. You know, how to build a house, how works the pipes, the electrician, the electrical wires in the house. The child, 4 years old, will not understand. So this child goes through some moments of learning in life until they reach that certain point. But what do? We judge that people. We like to play a judge, like this example Vanderlei gave. It's ourselves. It's ourselves. Because if someone do something to us, oh, this guy is so bad. This is not. But if we do something, it is. No, it's not too bad like that. No, you're exaggerating this point. No, let's calm down. Let's talk. So we don't act in the same way with everyone. And when we do this, people say, hey, there is something wrong with Vanderlei. Something wrong with him today. Or there is something wrong with Stevan. There is something wrong with anybody. So this is the point we needed to reflect ourselves. Am I being equal to everyone? Everyone, I mean, those who harm us and those who love us. I need to be the same person for those who harm us, hate us, and for those who love us. And perhaps you can say to you're asking now, okay, great. But how I do it? Then we go to question 919, which is the best answer. That's one of my favorite answers in the Spirit's book here.
But Steven, just before we go to the question 18, let's just get the second part here of this part, because I believe.
Yeah. I would just try to make.
Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry.
I play with both questions because one is depend of the other.
Yeah, complements the other. Yeah. No, go ahead. Sorry.
So the answer for question 919 is: a sage of antiquity has told you, know thyself. So
but read the question, Steven. Read the question, because some people, they might not know the question.
Okay, yeah. What is the most effective means for improving ourselves in this life and for resisting the draw of evil? In other words, hey, how I can improve myself with less effort? That's the putting nowadays in today's verbiage. That's the question. Hey, I want you to improve. I want you to progress. I want to reach that point. But where is the shortcut? What is the shortcut? Point me out the shortcut. And the answer is know thyself. Know yourself. Okay, Wanderlei, now it's you.
No, it's just because going back to the 918, right in the end, this Kardec keeps going, and he says, the good man is indulgent toward the weakness of others, because he knows that he needs indulgence for himself, reminding himself of the words of Christ, letting him that is without a sin cast the first stone. That's going to go back to what we were saying, but I believe it's good for us to repeat. Like, I need indulgence. Steven needs indulgence. Sometimes we judge the others. We see that throughout history. Like, so many religions, for example, they condemn certain actions, some religions, they condemn, for example, someone who maybe committed suicide in a situation that of despair. Maybe that person had a mental problem, and we say that that person, for according to some religions, go to hell. But which kind of God would be that one? To give someone a life that he knows that person may have a mental problem or may have difficulties throughout life, and he knows that sometimes that person may be thinking about killing himself. Would a good God say, okay, that person did this, that person goes to hell? Of course not. That's what Steven said right in the beginning. We do mistakes, we fix. We do mistakes, we fix. So we should not judge anyone who has done that, because sometimes we say that someone maybe who committed suicide is a weak person. That person had no strength, and that's not true. We don't know what that person had in that heart, in his or her heart. We don't know what that person was going through. That's why here Kardec emphasized we need to be indulgent to the others. We have to put ourselves in the other's position. Once we start doing this, we are becoming a good man. Why? Because I'm thinking about the other. And I know the other, maybe he committed a mistake, but thank God we have reincarnation, and thank God our God is a good God. We're gonna be giving another chance. And then he says here, finally, he respects all the rights and all the laws of nature granted to others, as he would want them to respect his own rights as well. So a good man, we respect all the laws that we have. We're not talking here about political laws of a country, because a law of a country may change with time. But the natural laws, the law of life, the law of progress, as Steven was saying, because if he was the creator of that of such law, he wouldn't want anyone to be breaking that law. So he respects God's law. And sometimes we may say, but what is God's law? Guys, God's law is just one, and one for the entire universe. Is to love, is to do good to the others. Once you are able to do this, forget about the rest. If you are able to reach that level, there will be no need to forgive, because if you love someone, you're never gonna hurt anyone to forgive that person later on. There will be no selfishness, because you love that person, so you want to share with that person. There will be no pride, because you don't want to be the master or the big boss, because you love that person, you care about that person. Once we spread this love to everyone, then I believe we're gonna be on the way of becoming a good man. Until there, as Stevan said, we're gonna be failing and coming back, failing and redoing, failing and redoing, and that's. But eventually, we're gonna be able to perfect our will and our choices. It's just a matter of time. Go ahead, Stevan.
No, that's it. So we needed to. There is a passage in the Bible in which that woman who commits adultery.
Yeah, that's We just said here. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like this: what Jesus said to those who are accusing her of adultery, they want to stone her. Okay, to someone who does not have any
Sin.
throw the first stone. So how we are how we are treating the others, how you are treating your neighbor. Are you throwing stones at that person? Are you throwing stones at your job colleague at work? I know we are a kind of a year apart of each other, but how we treat them, how you treat your wife, how you treat your partner, how you treat your mom, because we are 1 year locked at home with the same people, the same person. Conflicts is normal to happen. It will happen. If it doesn't happen, that is some problem with you.
Really, Steven? I didn't know. I mean,
Ah.
I don't know. I've never experienced such things like this. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
I said you are from Jupiter, my friend. You are not from Mars. Yeah, that's why, you're from Jupiter.
Oh, God.
So we are facing this all the time, and you are throwing stones, and of course we are never ever be in a very good mood 100%. We have our variances. We do have our best moment, lower moment, best moment, lower moment. Yeah, we're made of this. But it's not because I am in my lower moment, I do have the right to stone Vanderlei, to stone my wife here, to stone my kids here, just because I'm in a good moment, in a lower moment. And you want to justify it. We want to always to say, oh no, I did this. I shout at her because of this. But even though you convince anybody, you convince you are right, but in your conscience, deep inside of you, you are not right. And why? Because these laws of God, unchangeable and mutable, lives inside of our conscience. And we know I screw up. And what we do sometimes, we don't reach that person and say, hey, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I screwed up. I did this wrong. I did this. I'm saying you are not justifying yourself, because there's a difference between I really ask for apologies or try to convince that person, oh, put yourself in my shoes. Would you do the same thing? No, I'm not saying this. I'm saying, hey, Vanderlei, I'm so sorry. My bad. I screwed everything. I'm not here. Oh, Vanderlei, I know it was bad, but see, put yourself in my position here. Would you do the same thing? No. Then you're trying to justify. I'm saying is just look at the eyes and say, I'm so sorry. I screwed. It's my bad, my fault. And I hope I will not do it again. But if I do it again, please open my eyes. Give me a heads up. And most of people, sometimes they apologize, sometimes they not. And then you can ask now, oh, if they don't apologize, it's that person, it's Vanderlei problem if you don't apologize. It's not my problem, because I did the bad thing, yes. I recognize my mistake. I came to Vanderlei and I said, I'm so sorry. But if he did not apologize, it's his problem. He needs to work this inside of him. He needs to work. But anyway, Vanderlei.
No, I think what you said, it makes a lot of sense, you know. It's a matter of trying to, like, once we know ourselves, like, that's why here, you know, Kardec asks, you know, after the reply, know yourself. Kardec kind of, I wouldn't say that he smiled at, from at the spirit, if you could see the spirit, but he was thinking, okay, this spirit is trying to be smart with me. Of course, we must know ourselves, you know. Yeah. But then Kardec asks again. He says, we understand all the wisdom of this maxim, but the difficulty lies precisely in knowing ourselves. How can we achieve that? So Kardec knew that the secret of improving ourselves is know ourselves, but how can we do this? And then Saint Augustine, that's the same Saint Augustine who lived here on earth before, I think was around the year of 300 something, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. He has that beautiful book, Confessions. I read a little bit, which is a really wonderful book, where he gives, you know, he writes, you know, his confessions, you know. He starts to write some kind of time that he lived here on earth, some of his experience. And then St. Augustine says, do what I did before. So St. Augustine had the habit of doing that already. Before I go to bed, what I do, I take a book, okay, maybe take a little notebook, and I write down everything which I did. And then he ticks. This thing which I did here, if someone has done to me, would I be happy or not? Oh, no, maybe this thing not. Okay, what should I do? Who was involved? Stevan was involved. Okay, next morning, I'm going to have to knock Stevan's door and do what Stevan said. I'm sorry. I'm terrible sorry, but I made this mistake. If Stevan is going to accept or not, that's his problem. But of course, sometimes the person, depending on the fault that the gravity of the fault of the action that you committed, it may take a long time. So if that person needs time to forgive, you have to give that time to forgive. It's not just saying, Stevan, forgive me. Stevan said, no, I don't forgive you. Okay, if you don't forgive me, bye-bye, it's your problem. No, it's not like this. It's not like this, because sometimes could be like this. Stevan, where is my pen? Maybe Stevan lost my pen. of course, if Steven doesn't forgive me because of his pen, it's one thing. But imagine if I go and do some real harm to Steven. It may take some time for Steven to forgive me. But St. Augustine keeps going. So analyze everything that you did. So if everything that you did would be something that if someone has done to you, you would have no problem. Happy days. You lived well that day. But if you did something, as we said, that maybe you wouldn't want, maybe there is room to improve there. And he asks also, if you die the same night, and if you go to the spiritual world, would you have any regrets? Would you have any regrets, Steven? Because I would have many.
Well, pick one.
You know, I'd say we all have some regrets, unfortunately. But he's talking about the serious things, He's not saying, oh, I should have gone to Italy and not to Malta, whatever. He's asking about big things. So if you die tomorrow, would you have any regrets? If you die tomorrow and you meet, let's say, maybe your father who passed away, or if maybe you meet your mentor, or maybe you meet even if you meet Jesus, for those who are more religious and believe, and like I do, that's something personal, but some people in Spiritism, they don't like to think like this. But if you believe, if you meet them, would you have to hide anything? I think I would have to hide many things. So if I see them coming from my direction, I would run away. I say, okay, no, I'm busy. Because it would be really hard to look in their eyes and say, I lived a good life. I'm not saying that I lived a bad life, but St. Augustine is trying to say here that we have to have our conscience quite clear, and if you don't have that conscience quite clear, you have to try to fix it as soon as you can, because sometimes death comes to you and you have no chance. And he keeps going here. I like the part when he says like this, what is it? Also try to know what others thinking about you, and if not disregard the opinion, and do not disregard the opinion of your enemies, because they have no interest in trying to be nice with you. They are only trying to say the truth. Okay, and God often makes them be beside you to try to warn you, try to show you what you are doing. So look how St. Augustine was clever. He thinks, hey, if Steven comes to me, Steven, how is my hair? Steven's gonna say, but it's nice. You look nice. You look wonderful. But maybe if I asked to a stranger, he would say, hey, come on, you have to fix your hair. Can't you see what you have here? Are you blind or what? And then maybe I would be angry with that person. But that person is telling me the truth, which people sometimes who loves me, they're not gonna say that to me because they are afraid of hurting me. But your enemies, they say sometimes the truth. And St. Augustine says that God sometimes put those enemies, because there is no enemies. He put that harsh people around you in order that you hear the truth, in order that you hear what you must know about yourself, or you must learn. That's why sometimes these people, they come to us, and then once they say something to us, we go crazy. I go crazy. Even last weekend, they told me a few things which I said, come on, these people are crazy. Then I start to think maybe they are correct, Then I said, oh, okay, yeah, I shouldn't have done this. I did that, guys. So it hurted me, but at least I know I did. So what's my next step now? Take my phone, give a call to these people and say, I'm sorry, I lost my mind, I lost my way. Is there any chance that you can forgive me? And I know that people, they're going to forgive me because they are good people. They are here in their moral level, and I'm still here. So I'm sure they will forgive me. But I'm not asking forgiving for them. I'm asking forgive for them, of course, but for me first. Because whoever admits that they are wrong, once they ask forgiveness, and once they give forgiveness to the others also, once it comes to you, you are doing good to you. You are doing good to the others, but you are helping yourself first. Because you are taking pride from your heart. You are admitting that you made a mistake. You are admitting that you still have plenty of room to improve. You are admitting that you don't know everything. And that's hard, guys. That's hard sometimes, at least for me. But of course, if there is any angel watching us, please go to the other room, because this speech is not for you. This is only for people who are here, who are trying to still to learn. We are not angels yet, guys. We still gonna be doing these mistakes. But that's from this message, which I think touched me the most. Steven?
Yeah. And again, we need to understand that the forgiveness process takes time, like Wanderlei said. It takes time. It's not because you harm me, you just came apologize, say, oh, no, he's my best friend now. No. Okay? It's a process, and we will take this step by step, little by little. Okay? We need to work this inside ourselves until a moment when I remember that fact, but that fact, that memory do not activate any feelings of hate, any feelings of bitterness. Because what was done is there. It's there. Nothing gonna change. It happened. Nothing gonna change. But what we can change is the feeling when we remember about it. And this is the process of forgiveness. I also want to say here, Wanderlei.
Yeah.
We do have a friend from New Zealand with us today. We are reaching the other side of the world. My gosh, someone woke up very early in New Zealand now. So thank you, Natalia. Thank you. Very good to know you are listening us. Thank you very much. And Mara saying here, our friends hardly want to hurt us by saying the truth. Yep, the enemies can be useful on that matter. Yeah, Natalia's just woke up, and she will have a lovely day. Very good. Very good way to start your day, Natalia. Very good. Hobby Brown saying, understanding will aid us in so many ways. Yes. Yeah, and let me see one thing here. Okay, you have to go, my friend.
No, I'm gonna let me see here.
Yeah, because Wanderlei needs to go,
Yeah, guys, Yeah. So,
okay. Thank you, my friend.
Guys, thank you, guys. See you, guys. Take care. See you, Steven.
See you.
Bye, everyone. Steven, don't forget what I told you in the beginning, okay?
Yeah, sure. No worries.
Okay, see you.
Okay, so Linda is saying to us, sounds like therapy for the soul. Very good. Yeah. So this is how everything happens. It's a process. One day I saw in I think it was not YouTube. I think I was near to Robbie in California, and I was watching the news. I was in the hotel watching the news, and I a case in which a man killed another man, a teenager. Let's say a teenager killed another teenager. Okay, and the mom of the teenager who was killed, she said sometime, I want to meet the killer. I want to have a conversation with with him. So she went, they had a conversation, okay? I, without any doubt, should be the worst and most difficult conversation ever in both lives, okay? And she starts to visiting him more often, okay? When he left the jail, she helped him to rebuild his life. And today, both live, both are neighbors, door neighbors, and he called her as a mom. I don't know, guys. And they live peacefully. And she said in the interview, what he did, I will never, ever forget. But I cannot judge him. And we need to grow together. So, this is the proof that we need to work ourselves. This is how we needed to be a moral, reach our moral perfection, but we cannot reach our moral perfection if we don't know ourselves. We need to know where is our boundaries. We need to know where is our limit. It's like we do kind of, let's start here a game in which I want you guys to let me know, how do you see me? And I will receive many answers. And I will stay, I will be, I'm pretty sure, angry with some answers, because I'm not like that. I am not that person. I don't do this. This is not correct. That's what we're gonna do. But this is how people see us. Perhaps this is not your intention, but your actions is making that person think that about you. It is what I think someone said, something like this here. Mara said here, our friends hardly want to hurt us by saying the truth. Yes, they don't want to hurt us, and we do have good intentions in our mind, but our actions is going the opposite side. What we need to do is put in the same path, mind and actions. Once mind and actions are on the same path, things start to change. Things start to change. So, acting as a judge, it's our main, let's say, our main action. But we need to stop to act like this. We need to accept the challenges. We need to recognize we do have fears. We do have limits. Leah saying here, if you have a booger on your nose, I'll tell you. I hope that you would do the same for me. Exactly. Exactly. But the point is, Leah, when I say you have this booger on your nose, how I will accept that. I know a lot of people, wonderful people, wonderful, wonderful, a heart bigger than that person. And when that person meets someone, after some time, she starts to tell a lot of the truths. The truth, she's not lying. She's not saying nothing wrong. But these make that person alone. Nobody likes. Nobody stay around. But she's that person is telling the truth. But how are we gonna say it? I would say when we will go to open our mouth, the message should be how I would like to receive this criticism. How I would like to receive, if I am the one who gonna give this message or receive the message, better. How I would like to receive that message. And then when you have this, let's say, action plan ready, how are you gonna say? Because that's the way you want, you have to ask yourself, will I harm someone when I say this? If you will harm one person, you need to change. Oh, but I will make benefit for 10 people, just one? No. Don't do it. Because that one person could take that criticism for the entire life, and probably you are cutting off opportunities that person will have. So, saying the truth in a nice way, in a better way, or don't say the truth, just act differently. Just show what you want to say on your attitudes. It's better than words. Attitudes, it's better than words. Believe me. If you don't know how to talk to someone, if you don't know how to approach someone, change your attitudes. Okay? So, let me see here if we have any. Attitude is our paintbrush. Exactly. I like this analogy here, Leah. Yeah. You have a frame in front of you. What you gonna paint depends what you have in your mind, which is your conscious, and your attitude, which is your paintbrush. It's up to you guys. And again, I'm too old to change. You are never old to restart again. You can start, like, paraphrase here one of the beautiful sentences saying by Chico Xavier, a Brazilian medium. It's never too late to start to make a new ending for us. So it's in your hands to do a better ending for you. So, know ourselves. That's the shortcut for the moral progress, for the moral perfection. Okay? Okay, so I think we explore a lot here. Let me give you some announcements here, which is good. I just want to say to you all, our fraternal gathering is still open. Just send an email to fraternalgatheringdublin@gmail.com, and our team who looks after the fraternal gathering will reply to you and will talk to you. We are seeing a lot of people here not balanced in terms of mental health. So I invite you to talk to the fraternal gathering. If you don't want to talk to the SSI, you can call the Samaritans. It's 116-123. Also, if you want to talk to anyone, you want to extend text. That is a text to 50808. It's 24-hour service. Text and someone gonna reply you and help you to overcome any barrier. We do have the website mentalhealthireland.ie, so be there, okay? Also, I want you to say on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. we do have our study group. If you want to be part of the study group, please send an email to spiritism@gmail.com, and Nate and Tanya Moore will give you the link to be part of the study group. No background required, no knowledge required, nothing required. The only thing required is your open heart and your will. Okay? Okay. So, no more announcements here. Let me see, no more questions, no more comments here, but thank you very much, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. Oh, yeah, Mara saying, can I ask something out of the topic? Of course, Mara, please. Just don't kill the messenger, please. Let me see what she's saying. Okay. Thank you, Natalia. Have a nice day, my dear. Have a nice day. And I hope you and our friends in New Zealand are okay. And let me see. Yeah, Don is not here today with us. Or if he is, he's very quiet. Let's see the questions of Natalia, Mara question here. Is it okay to do the gospel study on your own more than once a week? Mara, of course, Mara. Of course you can do it. Yeah, Don. Hey, good man. Yeah, Mara, you can do the gospel study. You can do this daily, hourly. It's fine, no problem at all. You can do as many times as you feel you need to. Okay? You just need, I would say, you just need to pay attention on the study. Again, doing gospel, it's brilliant. It's wonderful. Practice the gospel is divine. So, whenever you can, Mara, whenever you can, practice the gospel. Try to do it. I'm not saying you're not doing, but purely try to do it. And study every day, every minute. Read again, and read again. But at the same time, practice it. That's the best thing you have to do. That's how we're going to change everybody. It's throughout our examples, throughout our our attitudes. This will change the world. Not words, not mass, no. Attitudes. Attitudes will change everything. Okay? So, yeah. Daily, okay, I thought I should be only once a week. It's up to you. I would say at minimum once a week. Maximum, limitless. Okay? Okay, so minimum once a week, maximum, limitless. Okay, so let's do the final prayer. And I would like to dedicate this prayer to one of our friends. We do have, we had the pleasure, the opportunity to be with us during many years. I don't know how many years, because it's, and for unknown circumstances, this friend passed away last week. His name is Pavel, so I would like to dedicate and invite you guys to be with me in raising these good thoughts towards Pavel, whatever he is. And we will miss him, but this is the proof. We do believe in life after death. So Pavel is still alive, just in a different shape, in a different word, in a different shape. Like I feel like in a different shape, but I hope this prayer, and I'm pretty sure this prayer will reach him and will comfort him, comfort his family who are still here on earth. May this prayer reach out for them. I'd like to ask the superior spirits, our mentors, mentors of the group, mentors of this program here, send today's vibrations to our friend Pavel. May this reach him. May this give peace. May this comfort his heart. May this prayer reach his family. May this prayer reach all other families who are suffering with a death of someone. May this prayer reach our brothers and sisters who passed away, those who are sick, those who are suffering from mental health, from anxiety, from depression. May this prayer reach the entire world. May each heart be fulfilled now with love. May each heart receive this warm prayer. So be it. Amen. Okay. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to be here with you guys. I'll see you on Sunday. Sunday is my talk, so I will have my talk on Sunday. I don't know what's my topic, but I encourage you to watch it. I know it's 11:15 a.m. Irish time. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Leah. Thank you, Robbie. Thank you very much. And I hope you can see these later. It's recorded on our Facebook and YouTube. Okay? Thank you, Don. Thank you, my friend. I hope it's still sunny and bright in Chicago. Thank you, Linda. Thank you very much. So, guys, it was a pleasure. I'll be here on Sunday, and I wish you all a lovely, lovely night. And for Natalia, a lovely and lovely day. Thank you. Bye-bye.